There are some stories that are so complicated and emotional, they are best expressed through video. And that's the case of this documentary titled The Heart of a Murderer, where a mother forgives the man who killed her daughter. This, of course, is the happy ending that came after a long emotional journey. Rani Maria, a nun, was killed by a man who thought her religious convictions posed a threat, and the mother of the victim has forgiven him. The movie shows that it is possible to respond to evil with good. It's possible to engage in a superior way of thinking that doesn't respond to evil with evil, but rather with love and forgiveness. It's a way to witness a miracle and transform the person who hurt you so much. On the 25th of February, 1995, the killer, Samundar, stabbed Sister Rani Maria more than 50 times. It was not a random act. He now admits that he believed Christians were enemies who posed a threat to Indian people. The killer was arrested and sentenced to life in prison. Father Swani, a Catholic priest, read the story in a newspaper. He contacted the killer and visited him in prison.
First time when I met him, he was very discouraged. He was full of anger and despair because he felt that he was cheated by others. So he had that feeling now that time. But when I embraced him and we had a long silence, what I told him, God has forgiven you, and we also forgive. And I accept you as my own younger brother, and I will be with you throughout your whole life.
Over time, Father Swami even organized a visit between the victim's sister and the killer. It was more than just a meeting, though. It was a moment of forgiveness and of moving forward. At that moment, Samundar, the murderer, in a way becomes the brother of Salmi, the victim's sister. It's an incredible moment. She accepts and becomes a so-called blood sister of the person who killed her real sister.
Yes, God is fully alive because it's beyond our capacity. In a human way, when we think, it may be impossible. For him, it is really possible. I believe it. God is fully alive and active.
The connection between the family of the murdered nun and her killer grew even stronger, so much so that in 2006 they requested that he be released from prison. Now Samundar has reconciled his past with the victim's family, himself, and above all else, with God. Just a year later, in 2007, Rani Maria was declared a servant of God, and her beatification process is underway.